Australia, 1993.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Withey wins the opening tip. Nadir Tharp had 9 turnovers in the first game, but he did score 12 points. And a holding call inside immediately. They get one on Matt Simmons.
Like you said, Dave, 7 turnovers in the first half for Nadir. Second half, much more controlled, really played with some poise.
Coach Self said he wants to see his guys relax. Pretty good inbounds play and an easy 2 for Robinson.
Dave, we saw that in shoot around today. They really worked on their baseline out of bounds, and we saw that play 20 times, worked to perfection.
Little pressure from Tharp. Shot from the wing is up and in by Marcus Yarbrough.
He knows better than to go at the 7-footer, so brings his game out a little bit and knocks down a tough little jumper. But the size right there, nice high-low. Thomas Robinson and Jeff Withey.
It'll be interesting to see those two guys paired. Withey playing mostly with Wesley and Kevin Young last week. Now he gets a chance for his regular front court mate.
Well, I think that with the addition of Thomas Robinson, it's going to create even more opportunities for Jeff Withey underneath, because teams are going to have to start double teaming Thomas.
Let's check out some of your keys to the game, brought to you by State Farm Insurance.
Well, I think loosen up. Nadir, Justin Wesley, and Kevin Young played a little tight, according to Bill Self yesterday in the press conference, and then limit turnovers. 15 turnovers in the first half, 23 for the game. Way too many against Pitt State, so just kind of get their sea legs under them.
Easy steal for Withey. Yeah, no turnovers. That'd be impossible. Yeah. Lessen the turnovers. Robinson trying to show some more range.
When he can make that shot, he is almost unguardable. He is so big and quick, such a good first step, and he can knock that 15-foot jumper down. Watch out.
They get it inside, stolen away by Tien.
Good dig down by Connor with the double team and starts the break. And there's Travis running the lane again, getting to the free throw line.
Kendrick Morse with the foul. Again, Robinson, when he has the inside-outside game working, there's no way to stop him.
I mean, right here, faces up, loses the ball a little bit, just steps out and hits the jumper, makes it look easy.
Well, he just spent a lot of time in the offseason working on that outside shot.
He really did, and he's got one of the best coaches in the country in Danny Manning. We saw what Danny did with the Twins over their 3 years here, got him to be lottery picks, and Thomas Robbins just waiting in line for that opportunity as well.
Two for 2 for Relaford.
It's a good sign after going 19 of 37 from the free throw line last week.
Holding call here on Tharp. That's the first foul on him, first team foul on the Jayhawks this half.
Exhibition games give you an opportunity to do some of this right here, picking up full court. Not exactly what you think you'd see out of a team that's not known for its depth. And you're going to be 7 or 8 guys deep, but a little token pressure, though. They guard that first pass.
Tien steps in that passing lane and pokes it away. It'll stay with the Tigers. Good look inside, but hitting the bottom of the basket, Yarbrough. Now he is swarmed, and we have a whistle and a foul.
I thought they were going to get a travel there. He covered a lot of ground without dribbling and going to get 2 free throws out of it, but he just kept fighting for it in the trees here as Travis Relaford comes in. But let's take a look at his feet. And there, that looks like he kept that left foot down.
Yeah, but it also looked like there was no foul there. Yarbrough goes to the line, hits the first of 2. Foul called on Withey. That's his first. 2 team fouls on KU this half.
Seen him step out, knock down a 15-footer, then a couple free throws. Nice touch for the 290-pound big fella.
Tien for 3. Oh, is that pure?
Started out like he started last week with the first 9 points of the game in a minute 30. Took a little longer to get started, but this looks so pure right now for Connor Tien.
Outlet pass. Relaford will track it down.
Nice job on the defensive end, creating the turnover and turning it into a quick bucket.
Yarborough has to fade away from Withy. Poked around. Look at the hustle by Robinson.
Just brings such an energy to this team. Thomas Robinson just knows that this is his team, and he is setting an example right now.
Robinson again, a little short arm on that one. And the rebound by Simmons. Great start, though, for the Jayhawks in this one, leading 13-4.
Thomas probably mad at himself that time. He gets Simmons on his back, just got to go right at him. Simmons cannot guard him with the size and strength that Thomas has.
During Big 12 Media Day at the Sprint Center, Bill Self did not back off on his comments about Thomas Robinson when he was asked, well, is there a lot of pressure on him? And he said, yeah, there is. And we expect big things from Thomas Robinson this year. If we're going to be good, he's got to be really good.
Well, no question about it. Last year, there's 5 guys that are gone. 80% of the scoring is gone. Thomas Robinson is going to carry a huge burden for this team. Played 14 minutes a game last year. Like I said in the open, he's going to have to play 32, 35 minutes a game, stay out of foul trouble, and carry this team.
Back to Tharp, to Withy. Now Tien open for another 3. Whew. All he needs is just an ounce of daylight.
Mark Johnson is so frustrated. You know Connor Tien's in the scattering report is don't leave him open. Nice little screen right here by Travis Relaford. Not a whole lot, just a little bit of laziness. And Connor Tien twice from the same spot.
Greg, you were telling me earlier today when we were watching Shoot Around that you had a good conversation with Connor Tien earlier this week. And in that, he was describing to you how much more confident he feels this year.
No question about it. I mean, I think for several years he wasn't going to get the amount of minutes that shooters need, and he came in, and if he didn't take a shot or he took a bad shot, he got yanked. And this year the threat of that is gone, and I think that's why he's just playing with so much more confidence. Bill Self is so high on Connor. Really praised him in yesterday's press conference about how he's just stayed the course. You know, he does everything that's asked of him. He's coachable, and he just doesn't make mistakes.
Seems to be a perfect use of a redshirt year.
No question about it. I mean, how good do they feel right now that Travis and Connor have those extra years?
Tigers working around the perimeter, get a shot from McDade that's in and out, no good. Boy, Jayhawks really trying to push tempo here. And a travel on the part of Relaford. And the Jayhawks off to a fast start, leading 16-6. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Delta Dental on the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network. Jayhawks off to a scintillating start, 6 of 7 from the field for the Jayhawks. Hey, you want a chance to see KU play Kentucky at Madison Square Garden in New York City? You can join Greg Gurley, who will be there. Kansas Sampler and Frontier Airlines are giving you that chance to enter. Text NYC Trip to 51234 or enter at facebook.com/Kansas Sampler. The winner will win hotel, airfare, and tickets to the game. Brought to you by Frontier Airlines and Kansas Sampler.
Yeah, you talk about a big test next Tuesday night. The Kentucky Wildcats. Doesn't get any better than that. Michigan State and Duke and Kansas and Kentucky.
They won like what, 120-40 something yesterday against Moorhead?
It was ridiculous.
Jayhawks really covering up defensively here.
Just gotta like the energy, the activity. Good switch right there. When he gets down, you just play tough D, and there you go. Draws a little bit of iron. That's a nice team defensive possession.
Shot clock was down to 1 when he took that shot. Juneman, who grew up in Hayes. What a thrill it is for him to play against a lot of these guys that he grew up playing against. Whistling a foul inside.
Take a look right here. There's a nice job. Here's a pick. The shot clock getting down. Nice switch by Connor Tien. Stays with him. Doesn't foul. Exactly the way Bill Self likes to see. A lot of energy and activity and forces a bad shot.
Worked on these inbound plays quite a bit. in the shoot-around, and I guess they're working to perfection right now. That was easy to Relaford.
That was real easy. When Fort Hays State, they like to play the passing lane, so you dial that one up. Nice V-cut to the hoop.
I contend year in, year out, KU has the best inbounds under the basket package of any team in the country.
You know, we talked about it today. It's just amazing to me that teams still let that happen with film and everything. They're fairly basic. They just run them to perfection and get easy looks.
Watch the block here by Wesley.
Just unbelievable athlete. Justin Wesley, you watch him in practice do some things that just jumps out of the gym. Needs to be more polished in his offensive game, but he brings such an athleticism to this team.
More energy on the defensive end this week, isn't there? And another turnover by the Tigers. That's their fourth.
It just seems like such a cleaner game because Kansas isn't turning the ball over. They have one turnover on the night.
Jordan Juneman running the point.
There's the switch they want right there. Two guys go with Travis Relaford, and Thomas gets a bucket. There's Kevin Young with activity underneath. A jump ball that time. That's
The possession will give the ball to the Tigers. Sean Dreiling, who played in this game a couple of years ago when the Jayhawks won easily 107-69. Dreiling now a senior for the Tigers. Shot from top of the key by Yarborough.
He's been the story tonight. He can take his game out, so we're going to have to guard him a little bit. Probably not going to drive by you.
Different combination here using Wesley, Young, and Robinson all in there together.
Well, that's again the beauty of exhibition games. You can try all different kinds of lineups. You can put guys in position. Like I think Jordan Juneman's going to play point guard ever again, but it's to try things out and put different guys in different spots.
Again, Elijah Johnson, Tyshawn Taylor will play on Friday night. Suspended for these exhibition games by Coach Self.
There's a nice change of the direction on the floor. Started on the left side, worked all the way around. Jordan Juneman didn't stick, got the ball quickly down to Thomas Robinson and forced a foul.
Another inbounds play.
This is what you want to see right now. Justin Wesley with his back. Probably got hit. Nice job, strong, going up. Looks like he got hit on the arm, but didn't affect him, and that's the type of move that he can use his quickness and his athletic ability to get to the middle.
Justin Wesley, transfer from Lamar, younger brother of Keith Langford, former Jayhawk player. And by the way, Sean Dreiling, not related to Greg Dreiling. McDade with 6 to shoot it. Shot clock at 3. A forced air ball by Simmons.
The last couple minutes, that's 2 possessions. Bill Self was angry about even allowing that shot, but 2 35-second defensive possessions were resulted in air balls.
And a foul here on Dreiling. Too closely guarding on Juneman. That's the 6th team foul on the Tigers. The next one will put the Jayhawks in the bonus. Juneman, who is now a senior from Hayes, will get a breather. Nadir Tharp will check back in. Tharp with some dribble penetration. The dish off to Wesley, poked away. Good slip by Robinson. Now double teamed. Finds Tharp. He was expecting Wesley to go up on sort of an alley-oop, and Wesley wasn't on the same page.
So that was a good job by Tharp. He came to the middle when he saw Thomas Robinson get the double team, found Justin Wesley, and that'll happen with chemistry. Once they figure things out, he threw it up to him. Didn't quite know it was an alley-oop, but you got to jump up and get that one. But again, nice job by Tharp, cutting right to the middle on the double team.
So Wesley at the line. Jayhawks were not good at the line the other day. So far, so good in this one, 3 for 3. And they remain perfect. The lead already 22-8. Favor of the 13th ranked Jayhawks. Glad you could join us here on the Jayhawk Sports Network. McKenzie can't get free of Tien. Weird looking shot by Tyrone Phillips. Phillips scored 16 against Kansas State the other day. Robinson with a blow by.
How about that? For the big, quick first step, body control, avoids the charge. We've seen it all from him. I've seen him post up strong, get an easy bucket, step out to 16 feet, now drive to the basket.
6 straight points by the Jayhawks. Wild shot put up by Yarbrough.
Kevin Young just got to be strong with the ball. Get it and chin it.
Well, he's strong that time. So Young will get a couple of free throws on the other side of the break, but so far it's Thomas Robinson. Welcome back to your neighborhood with a half dozen points. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Time Warner Cable. It's been a well-balanced attack for KU so far, leading by 16. And that leads us to our Providence Medical Center health tip. Eating a well-balanced meal means having a variety of food. Some, Greg, have more fat, sugar, or salt, while others have more vitamins or fiber. It's how balanced your diet is that matters, as well as moderation. There's no reason that you can't have 2 slices of pizza for dinner if you balanced your day with a variety of lower fat foods.
That's kind of been my problem, is the balance.
Front end of the 1-and-1 missed by Young, but then he misses one as he throws it up on the underside of the basket. That's part of what Coach Self was talking about with Young. Relax. He's playing tight right now.
Loosen up, and we saw the nice aggressive move on the baseline, and then had an opportunity to get a little 3-point play, or maybe a 4-point play, but just got to go up strong with that ball.
Poked away. It'll stay with KU. That's a point where the guy they're throwing the ball to, Wesley in that case, didn't hold his position long enough.
And it was crowded over there. There wasn't great spacing that time, but good idea.
Tien a 2. Doesn't matter. He's 3 for 3.
His teammates are finding him in space, and Connor is knocking him down. And again, when Elijah and Tyshawn and Thomas all get back entrenched in this lineup, it's only going to provide for more opportunities for open shots for Connor and Travis.
Runner in the lane by Tyrone Phillips. Withy looking high-low. Wesley drives in and is fouled on the play. Casey Rodenburg from Omaha, Nebraska, by way of South Dakota with a foul.
Nice job that time again. Justin Wesley being the aggressor, going to the middle. Nice left-handed dribble and going up strong.
Wesley had 9 points against Pitt State. So far 4 in this game. Wesley does look like he's loosened up a little.
Sometimes that first game, you got some nerves.
Sure.
No matter who you're playing, exhibition or not, you get in front of 16,000 people, and you're just not used to it.
I doubt he had too many crowds like that at Lamar.
Doubtful. Came to a few games when his brother was here. He'd seen it. It's different when you get out there.
I'll take your word for it.
I remember my first game, I played a minute. Up and down the court 2 or 3 times, and I was gassed. The best shape of my life, but the adrenaline in the crowd just kind of gets to you.
They're flying in a whistle and a foul. This one on Tien. No, it's on Withy. And a 2-shot foul. Withy whistled for his second. That's the 4th team foul on KU this half, and Withy has half of them. The other thing is we talk about this, Greg. Not a deep lineup for the Jayhawks this year. They can't afford any injuries. And they can't afford foul trouble.
And they can't avoid. They can't have any more suspensions either.
Well, that's absolutely
no-brainer. But you're right. This is this starting 5. I would stack up against anybody in the country. It's that 6th, 7th, and 8th that Kansas has always had. That everyone in Kansas Jayhawk country is kind of taken for granted. But there's a lot of teams that go out there and go a long way in the tournament, if not win it, with 5 guys.
Robinson loses the handle. Good defense that time by Rodenburg. And then Tharp picks the pocket. Here he comes ahead of the pack.
Woo! That was a 4-on-1 break, and that was just Demir being faster. Nice hands on one end in transition.
That burst of speed again. He's got another steal. This time he's got some help. Relaford.
Let's take a look at Nadir. Picking the pocket here on the break. He's got it. Just out running everyone, and the big fella trips over that 3-point line as Nadir goes up and gets an easy bucket.
Marcus Yarborough blew a tire coming around turn 3.
And he does not fall softly. That is like a bag of rocks hitting the ground.
So now Robinson at the line. Robinson is on a numerous preseason All-America lists.
He'll be a Wooden Award finalist. And he'll be out there. He's good.
He and Tharp, by the way, were teammates at Brewster Academy.
Had a lot to do with getting. Anytime you get some teammates a couple years apart and they start to recruit a guy, say, hey, Kansas is pretty fun. We got a good deal here.
You were talking earlier today, too, about Nadir Tharp, saying that he's sort of more in the mold of an Aaron Miles than he is some of the combo guards that we've seen here in the last few years.
Yeah, he's not going to just wow you with his offensive ability, but I really like his demeanor. He seems to play well beyond his years as a freshman. He's coming out. He's ran this team. Now, granted, I want to see what happens when you're in Madison Square Garden a week from tonight against some of the best guards in the country. But right now, the sampling that we've got, I really like what I've seen.
Bounce pass, a beauty. Boy, that was all Relaford there. Timeout, Fort Hays.
Just take a look at Travis pushing it. Goes up on the corner with eyes. Nice chemistry. Sees Connor Tien, the no-look pass. And Connor gets a rare 2-point bucket.
6 straight points now by the Jayhawks, and man, oh man, 36-14 already.
Well, they're taking care of the basketball. Only 3 turnovers on the night. Shooting 68% from the field, meaning they're getting a lot of open looks and a lot of layups.
Too quick, too big, too powerful, too much. Mark Johnson stopped by, the head coach of the Tigers, before tonight's game, and we asked him about his team, and he said, we're rebuilding. They lost Dominique Jones, and a great team they had from a year ago. A team that won the MIAA tournament, lost in the second round of the national tournament. But no returning starters on this year's team, so it's back to the drawing board for the Tigers. Wesley with it looked like a clean block, but nope, they've got him for a foul here. That's his first.
Take a look at it here. The over-the-top pass. Yarborough gets it. Patient. Let's take a look and see. That looks like a lot of leather.
Might have gotten him on the elbow on the way up, but like a pretty clean block.
Like the activity, though, the long pass over the top. Everybody collapsed. So another good, get a foul, but it was good team defense.
Yarborough has half of the points for the Tigers. He's got 8. They've got 16. Back out to Tharp. He turned down the shot. Got fouled anyway by Morse, and Tharp will go to the line. 10 team fouls on the Tigers.
Just a good job of awareness. Nadir Tharp isn't going to hit 3 to 4 threes a game. He's gonna hit your occasional 3, but he's going to be a pass first, shoot second guy, and he nice ball fake, gets to the line. So you're prototypical point guard, and that's what when you do get Elijah Johnson and Tyshawn Taylor back in the mix, he's going to be invaluable. What a perfect position to be in if you're Nadir Tharp. You have senior guard in Tyshawn Taylor to show you the ropes. You have Elijah Johnson behind him. And you have yourself as a freshman coming in with a former high school mate, and Thomas Robinson is one of the leaders on this team. And he gets an opportunity in these 2 exhibition games to play 25, 30 minutes in the game as they serve their suspension. If they're in the game, Nadir Tharp doesn't get this opportunity to get the kinks out and the butterflies out.
Three-pointer off, no good. Tigers have gone about 2.5 minutes without scoring a field goal. And the beat goes on. Here comes Tharp. Relaford pulls up. An open 3, a little bit short. Tian got a hand in there. Robinson. Count it, and 1. Jayhawks off to a fast start. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Delta Dental of Kansas on the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network. Well, the Jayhawks are just absolutely too much for Fort Hays State tonight. 40-16 our score, the 7:28 mark. Hey, you want a chance to win an autographed KU team basketball from Kansas Sampler? Go to facebook.com/Kansas Sampler to enter. One lucky winner will receive a KU basketball autographed by the entire team. Brought to you by Kansas Sampler with locations in Lawrence, Topeka, Wichita, and across the Kansas City area. Robinson at the line. He's got 10 points already. Misses the front end of that. Actually, it was the continuation of the 2 he hit on the other end. And another foul on the Tigers, who are over the limit, actually poked out of bounds. So it'll be Jayhawk ball from underneath their own hoop. Wesley, nope. Tharp's got it. And they'll reset the offense. Good penetration, allowing Relaford to get free. He can't hit the 3, though. Relaford a good shooter, not in the Tian stage, but he's more of a slasher, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but I think that's the right shot for him.
Sure.
A couple possessions ago in transition, his feet weren't really set, and he missed it badly. That one you'll take. That was in the offense. He had an open look, just unable to knock it down. But he's not going to, like Tharp, he's not going to be a guy that knocks down a ton of threes. He's going to be a slasher, a defender, and just an activity guy.
On this team, Elijah Johnson and Connor Tian are your best outside shooters.
Yeah, and I think Tyshawn's going to, he's improved his game from the outside as well.
And a travel on the part of Tharp, who goes, oh, no, not a turnover. That's his first.
Checking in for the Jayhawks is Kevin Young. He replaces Justin Wesley.
Tigers shooting just 28% so far in this game. McKenzie. Well, they're looking to trap a lot, aren't they, the Jayhawks?
And again, just working on things, just playing their straight up man-to-man. You don't see a lot of Bill Self teams playing zone.
See Robinson out there with Tien. Dreiling throws up a three that won't go. They are now 0 for 7 from three-point range, the Tigers. 0 for 7. Well, Tharp that time thought it was an open pass. It wasn't. His second consecutive turnover, and Dreiling makes them pay at the other end.
Yeah, angles just closed really quick at this level, and there was just too many hands in there. Right idea, but got to pull that one down and work it around.
Robinson has it partially blocked by Simmons.
A couple empty possessions right now. You can start to see Bill Self get a little hot under the collar here. If you see Fortes, he's going to get a timeout here if they give up another bucket, but they're going to get the illegal screen on Fortes, but still not happy. A lot of things to work on.
You can read his lips there saying that's unbelievable. He's a perfectionist, and you have to be at this level. You have to look at the little things. He's talking to his team today about doing the little things right, because a lot of times a game, a season, will come down to one possession.
Exactly. He said that at the end. 1 or 2 possessions is what's going to make or break in every game, and you just got to value the ball. You hear that a lot. Just value every possession, and so far the last couple trips they haven't done that. But right there, who do you get it to? You get it to your preseason All-American, Thomas Robinson.
I love that offense where you just slip the screen.
Well, they run so many variations of pick and roll and the 3-man weave, and sometimes teams start to get lazy and they overplay stuff. You slip it and get an easy bucket.
Tien's got another steal. Little hesitation. Now he'll wait for the rest of.
There's a decision right there. That's such a little thing, but he did not have the numbers that time. He had 1 on 3, pulled it out, and then Kevin Young gets the turnover, just unable to. Looks like Thomas Robinson's hobbling a little bit as he comes down the court. Or just plain tired.
Yesterday, when the reporters were asking him about his knee, he got really frustrated with them and said, all right, that's it. Not going to ask. Don't ask me anymore about the knee. Knee's fine. It's not a factor. Move on.
Yeah, we were talking to some of the guys like, hey, I got a job to do here. You got a knee brace on. What do you want me to say?
Yeah. It's good to see him out running around, though.
Well.
And Tyrone Phillips with a shot, and Coach Self has seen enough. That's 3 or 4 minutes here where the Jayhawks at one end empty possessions, at the other end they've allowed a couple of baskets by the Tigers.
Yeah, good teaching moment here. Bill Self's going to do more coaching this year than he has done in a long time. And when you got Brady and Tyrell and the twins like he had last year, you're still coaching a lot, but they take care of a lot of this little stuff. Now, you get little things like that. He's got these little teaching moments. And as you look at him here, it doesn't look like a teaching moment. It looks like he's a yelling moment, but it all comes around. And again, he's going to probably be doing that a little bit more this year than he's used to. But I think he's excited about that. Coaches want to coach.
Boy, if you're a Jayhawk fan, you take your chances with Coach Self in teaching moments. He's a great teacher of the game of basketball. When you look at what the Jayhawks have done over the last 5 years, folks, the most wins of any team in Division I in the last 5 years. Kansas 165 wins. North Carolina next at 150. 15 less wins than everyone else. 15 more for the Jayhawks. That's amazing. So we've got a timeout on the floor, and the Jayhawks comfortably ahead by 22. Sign up for KU Mobile Alerts. Receive breaking news, special offers, exclusive content now by texting KUBB to 51234. Once you sign up, you're automatically going to be entered for a chance to win a piece of the 2008 National Championship court and an AT&T phone. So join the mobile Jayhawk Nation by texting Jayhawks to 51234. We were talking earlier in the break, before the break, Greg, about the winning percentages, the most wins of any program over the last 5 years. Look at the company they're in with North Carolina, Duke, Butler, and Ohio State. But no one's done it better than the Jayhawks. And in those last 5 years, they've averaged 33 wins.
And they've overtaken North Carolina is the second winningest program ever. And that's something they're coming up against Kentucky. They got a little bit ways to go.
This year, your former coach, Roy Williams, has a stacked team.
Unbelievable. Harrison Barnes decides to come back. I mean, a lot of guys that were thinking about the lockout. It sounds like tomorrow there might be something done on the lockout, but we've been saying that for several weeks. But you got to wonder.
Tomorrow is do or die for the NBA.
Well, it sounds like Stern's kind of putting it out there like, hey, you better accept this or it's going to get worse.
The line has been drawn in the sand, hasn't it?
So see if they're think about it like the football guys did. They figured it out.
Alley-oop. Not too much alley, and it turns into an oops.
He's 7 foot, but not 8 foot. That's chemistry. That's playing together. Good idea. You're not going to be super upset about that. You're trying to make a play. Like the other night, you had some careless turnovers. You'll take that one.
This is Matt Bueller from Rossville, Kansas, a redshirt freshman. Bueller trying to drive the paint. Back out from the short corner. Nice basket by Rodenburg. Withy. Oh, nice drop step.
Great move right there. It was aggressive. Got the ball. Had a purpose. Nice little fake to the middle. Strong move to the backside, and he's got 6, 7, 8 inches on him.
Blocked by Withy. And a whistle. Out of bounds goes Phillips.
Take a look at Jeff Withy on the other end. He gets the ball in the left block. Gets it decisive, quick drop step to the bucket, and there's not much you can do about that at 6'7". But that's a good, aggressive move, and that's what all the coaches want to see at him. Whether you make it or miss it, just go towards the basket, dunk on somebody. That's the one thing, if I had to really nitpick, is Travis just took one right in the ear after the foul. I'll wake you up.
Talking to Tharp saying, man, come on.
The whistle blew. Stop.
Kind of bring a tear to your eye. Look at him like, I'm so sorry, man. He's just going to look at him and say, freshman. 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 Relaford 7 points in this game. Two Jayhawks already in double figures. Robinson with a dozen, Tien with 10. Everyone who has played in the game so far tonight for KU has scored. That's a travel. Oh, foul. Like a travel in the lane by McDade. Instead, foul called.
Yeah, but on full court pressure, that type of breakdown shouldn't happen. That was just one guy dribbling length of the court and getting all the way to the middle, whether it's a travel or not. The team's got to be more aware and step in and give some help.
Wesley whistled for his second foul. 6 team fouls on KU this half. Pass away from Wesley. It doesn't result in a turnover, but those are some of the little things that Coach Self wants to button up.
Here's a good opportunity to get down to about 10 on the shot clock, run the go, see if people come to the, as Nadir draws the defense.
That's
textbook. That's what you do. There's so many times throughout the year when you get down to that 8 to 12 seconds on the shot clock and somebody's got to make a play. Kansas has had that with Sharon Collins, with guys like that. Elijah Johnson and Tyshawn Taylor are going to be those guys. It's a good opportunity for Nadir to be in a situation like that.
This sounds simple, but it's really not. I heard Coach Self earlier in shoot-around today say, good passes lead to good shots. Of course, when you have Robinson, it doesn't really matter.
And good athletes just go up, take it, and aggressive at the rim. Thomas Robinson with a frustration dunk, I guess.
Good block out by Tien.
That knee's all right.
A three. Didn't even attempt a three all last year.
Bill Self, you look over there, just kind of rubbing his temple like, what was that? That's
makes up for it at the other end.
That's where he wants them. In the paint, blocking shots, getting dunks. Take a look right here as Thomas Robinson. Backdoor cut. Nice job. He came down a little bit there on his arm, but final minute.
Nico Roberts has checked in for KU.
About a 7-second differential shot to game clock. There's a nice job by Connor. Drawing the defense, faking the three, and getting an easy 15-footer. And he's just such an intelligent player. He just does everything you're supposed to do.
He's had the best half of anybody for KU this half. 5 for 5 from the field, plus 3 steals.
He's very efficient. He's making great use of his opportunity.
Back door. Oh, hello.
Now, it'll be okay with him shooting this three.
Oh, that would have brought the house down. What a half. Even Coach Self has to smile about that. So he heads to the locker room at halftime. The Jayhawks come out and storm the Tigers. 54-24, our halftime score. The Delta Dental of Kansas halftime show coming up next. Can I ask you one more question about shooting?
Yes, sir.
Because I could never shoot the ball.
Yes.
And I know there are a lot of young men and women out there who are trying to improve their shooting. When you shoot the basketball, what do you look at?
I look at the front of the rim.
The front of the rim.
The front of the rim. I wanted to go just over the front of the rim. If you hit the front of the rim, it's got a lot better likelihood of going in.
All right, it's a great tip. Whatever Connor Tien is looking at, it's looking pretty sweet. He's 5 for 5 in that first half. So the Jayhawks with the ball to start the second 20. Inside, Whiffy. Looking down low, poked away though by Matt Simmons. It's time to look around the Big 12 Conference, brought to you by BMO Harris Bank. M&I is now BMO Harris Bank, helping make money make sense. BMO Harris Bank, member FDIC. And again tomorrow, Texas A&M, they get started against Liberty. I was a little surprised to see the Aggies co-favorites with the Jayhawks to win the Big 12 this year, according to the coaches. Even though Baylor, the highest ranked team coming in the preseason polls. Just ahead of the Jayhawks. Baylor ranked number 12, KU number 13.
We talked about how last year Kansas was picked third.
Yeah.
And now when they win it, 75-80% of their scoring's gone, and now they're picked first. Go figure. How much time do you think those coaches and media spend on picking?
I think the coaches were basically saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 7 times.
7 times, right.
Shame on us.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
so,
exactly. They're just not going to be dumb anymore. So, hey,
it's like, all right, you won it 7 in a row. We got to pick you.
Exactly.
7 straight Big 12 titles. That, by the way, the most conference wins in a row for any Jayhawk team ever. I know the decade of the 50s is always considered one of those special decades in Kansas basketball history, but they didn't win 7 straight conference titles.
And to do it in a conference like the Big 12, a PCS-type conference, you look at the amount of guys that Texas has put in the league, the amount of guys that Baylor, I mean, all these teams are good, and they've done it with big-time rivals of Kansas State and Missouri, and it's just one of those
That was
things.
a great shot, too, though. They had to start another banner. They ran out of room on one banner.
That's what I love about this place. You go to other venues across this league. I went to Texas Tech last year. They have 50 banners up there, and it's like, okay, runner-up or NIT banner. Kansas doesn't hang banners unless it's a tournament appearance, Big 12 title, Final Four, national championship, and that's the type of program that people want to be affiliated. We want to win championships.
High standard for sure. They got pushed around a little bit that time by Yarbrough.
Yeah, and he didn't need to go for the ball fake. He's got 6 inches on him. Just go straight up and down. Yarbrough isn't the greatest athlete in the world. He's not going to shoot over you. Put your hands up.
Spin move by Robinson. Reach in by Simmons with a foul.
A lot going on here. Thomas Robinson changing directions. Nice spin move, and looks like he might have gotten bailed out there. That looked like a pretty clean swipe, and not only that, we're going to send him to the line. Not quite sure if he was in the act of shooting.
I think he was going up.
Yeah.
Robinson last year was a 60% free throw shooter.
Yeah, I'd like to see that number get up into the 70s because he is going to be such a force underneath. He's going to go to the line a lot and really improved over his freshman to his sophomore year, but needs to continue to get that number up.
3 of 5 from the line so far tonight. Poked away by Relaford. It'll go to the Tigers. With Greg Gurley, I'm Dave Armstrong, courtside here at Allen Fieldhouse. Sold out yet again. 165 straight sellouts. How special is that when you have an exhibition game on a Tuesday night and it's sold out?
Well, you think about the things we've already had.
Don't ever take that for granted, by the way.
You think about the things we've had here in the last month with the Legends game and then late night and then 2 exhibition games. We had 4 things that don't really count in the record books, and you've had 16,000 plus every single one of those.
It's the passion, it's the fervor. Jayhawk fans. Yarbrough. Turn around, no good. Robinson will track that down and see if they give him credit for the rebound. If they do, it's his 10th, and we'll give him a double-double. Withy. I think that was based on what happened at the other end.
Bill Self got into him a little bit on the defensive end, and there's a nice aggressive move. Threw his body out there a little bit and just flicked it up.
At the other end, they did give Robinson credit for that rebound, so he has 15 points, 10 rebounds so far in this game.
Yeah, rebound can touch the floor. That means you blocked out well.
Sounds like a person speaking of experience.
You block out and the ball touches the ground. Coaches like that. Everyone takes care of themselves.
Poked away from Relaford, but it'll stay with KU. He almost lost the handle there. Lance Russell poked it away. You fans watching down in Wichita remember Lance Russell. Playing at Fort Hays by way of Collie County. Tharp with a nice little fadeaway.
That's when I say that. When coaches look at kids, say, what would you have done in high school? That's exactly what Nadir would have done in high school. Just a superior athletic offensive move that time, but too big of a blow by that time by Connor Tehan, and just going to go to the line. So take a look at Nadir on this end, just taking a guy off the dribble. Thought he might get the foul, commits, and knocks it down.
You make a good point. What would you do in high school? Because a lot of kids, they'll get here and then they, it's a whole nother level. I'm intimidated. I'd lose my confidence perhaps.
You're a big-time player if you're playing at the University of Kansas, meaning you were a big-time high school player. Do what got you to this level, and don't do crazy stuff. There's things you got to throttle back a little bit, but coaches will look at you and say, what would you have done? Well, then take the shot. is right there. I got pushing.
Oh, there was definitely a push. Kendrick Morse got away with that.
Yeah, the pick and roll came, and you take a look at Jeff Withey going in. He got shoved right in the back, right in front of the official, but got to get a better pass up there as well.
Tien got a hand in there, poked it away. It'll stay with the Tigers. What a solid game he has had, Connor Tien. 3 steals, 12 points on perfect shooting. He's been active defensively. I think that's what will earn him more and more playing time too for the Jayhawks. Everybody knows he can shoot, but if he plays good at the defensive end too.
No question. He's got to do a good job on the defensive end. You make shots on this team, you're going to play minutes, but you're going to get more and more if you can stay in front of your guy and do a nice job. Technical foul called here. Is there some kind of substitution possibly? Someone had just checked in.
So Connor will go shoot the free throws.
Maybe somebody wasn't in the scorebook.
Well, they had 6 players on the court. That would kind of even it up a little.
Maybe.
So a technical foul called against the Tigers. It's a technical. It's not 15 yards or anything like too many men on the field in football.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Usually the refs will say, hey, get off before. But what Connor's going to have to do a good job of, because he's not the most quick guy in the world, he just got to do a good job of position defense. Just be in the right place at the right time.
Offensive foul that time on Yarbrough, and that time Withey stood his ground a little more.
Yeah, just put your hands up and stay in front, and that's what happened and forced the offensive foul.
That's 3 fouls on Yarbrough, 3rd team foul on the Tigers this half.
Saw that play a lot this morning, and shoot around right there. The overplay, the backdoor cut. Everything worked well except the dunk.
I was looking at Relaford. He kind of grabbed his calf a little bit. Now he'll go over to the bench, to the end of the bench. He doesn't seem too concerned or anything, just kind of rubbing that calf. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Tien. Young. There's Young. Would have counted had it gone. He'll go to the line. So we got a timeout here with 15:54 to go in the ball game. The Jayhawks lead by 32. Young misses first of 2 free throws. He's 0 for 2 from the line so far tonight. 2 points for Young. 4 rebounds. I get the feeling that Young, who averaged 11 points as a sophomore at Loyola Marymount, is probably saying to himself, why are you playing so tight? Why don't you just relax? Why don't you play like you did at Loyola Marymount?
You know, he's pretty thin, gets knocked around a little bit, but he's athletic. He's going to do a lot of things for the team. He's going to play minutes, and Bill Self is tough on him. We saw that today. But he's going to be a crucial guy to this team.
If I came here, I'd want Coach Self to be tough on me, because that means he cares. That means he wants to make me better.
Exactly. If he ignored you, you'd be sitting on the bench.
That's right. Take that as a compliment. I think back to the Morris twins, their freshman year. Coach Self was hard on them. Well, look what happened. Ended up becoming lottery picks. Oh, perfect pass from Tien.
Nice feed. That's such a lost art. The post feed like that. Perfect air under the ball led Thomas Robinson right into an easy bucket.
17 for Thomas Robinson.
Tough assignment here as Kevin Young having to guard Tyrone Phillips out on the perimeter.
And a reach in on Withy.
Yeah, that's a foul you don't need right there. 10, 12 feet away from the basket, just reaching over.
Third foul on Withy.
Take a look right here at Connor Teahan with the post feed. Gets it over to the right side. Perfect entry and a better finish.
The thing, too, it wasn't so high that it allowed the defense to catch up. It was perfect.
That's going to be the fourth foul on Yarborough on the moving screen. He's going to take a seat.
Sometimes on that feed, Greg, you'll see a guy lob it real high, and then what happens is the weak side defender has time to come over and help out.
Yeah, and you got to watch that weak side defender, because if he starts to come, then you throw the skip pass to the opposite elbow and knock the three down. But
Yarborough upset as he goes to the bench with 4 fouls.
Bill Self likes that high-low, and it's usually big to big, but sometimes on the wing, you got the guys throwing it in.
Robinson, little pullback. Nope. Fight for the rebound. And it comes down to Sean Dreiling. Poked away. Relaford's got it. Here come the Jayhawks, 2-on-2, and Relaford had to go off his sneaker. McDade. Pull-up jumper is no good. Wesley pokes it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers. Kind of sloppy play over the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to get that in a game like this. You're going to go on your spurts, but then there's going to be some defensive struggles. But again, they're going to have an opportunity a week from tonight to be on the biggest stage in college basketball against the Kentucky Wildcats.
Tough schedule for KU this year. Robinson misses the jam inside. Not only Kentucky, but Ohio State on the schedule. Georgetown on the schedule. Probably UCLA.
UCLA, Duke, Georgetown, Tennessee, all going to be in Maui. So it's a big-time field. Like you said, Ohio State here. Go to USC and
Kentucky's ranked number 2, folks. Ohio State number 3.
Those two guys right there, Elijah Johnson and Tyshawn Taylor, are going to be much needed. John Calipari likes to play fast, and he can throw athletes at you from every position.
Three-pointer is good. Rodenburg.
Couple quick threes here in the second half for Rodenburg.
That's 2 of 12 now for Fort Hays from three-point range. And it's poked away by Simmons. Kind of sloppy entry passes for the most part for KU tonight.
Yeah, but the bigs got to do a good job of holding their guy off. That was a good idea by Nadir. Just got to make yourself big and go get it.
Boy, Robinson, that was a power move there, and Wesley was there for the follow.
Yeah, Simmons caught one right in the jaw as Thomas Robinson brought the ball through. Might have a little bit of a bloody lip, but Justin Wesley there to clean it up.
Wesley got a hand in the rim. The basket good by Phillips. Juneman drives. Nice move by Jordan Juneman.
How about that? Nice controlled, quick first step to the right side and in. Sometimes Jordan gets going a little too fast. That was a great, quick little move to the bucket.
Tharp looking for some open space. Pulls up. Count that and one. Woo. Nice move by Nadir Tharp. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Time Warner Cable on the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Tharp, by the way, 8 points, only 2 turnovers in this game tonight. Little press. Dreiling will bring it up against Tharp. Jayhawks play Towson in a game for real. Friday night, we'll have it here on the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network for you. Friday night starting at 7. Tharp, a 3. First 3 attempted by the Jayhawks this half.
How about Nadir Tharp hit a couple running one-handers going to his left, knocks down his first 3 of the night.
Dozen points again. Just 2 turnovers tonight for Tharp after having 9 in the first game, 7 of those in the first half. He's listening.
He's listening. He's taking care of the ball, just playing smart. And again, these 2 games are so valuable for him because he gets an opportunity, not looking over his shoulder, not seeing if Elijah or Tyshawn's going to come back in. He's running this team, and it's going to be paying huge dividends for him in the long run.
Now Wesley will go to the line. Jayhawks have scored the last 8 points of this contest.
Talk about the Towson game, the Friday night game. There are a limited amount of tickets available. You can still get in the door for $20. Visit KUathletics.com or call 1-800-34-HAWKS.
Better call quick, folks.
Oh my God.
He's a nice guy. He's very smart. I've used him for a lot of cases. We're always so front-loaded on the schedule. But Maui, with the 3 games in Maui, there's not as many quick hitters here in November. So going to be here Friday night. They won't be back in Allen Fieldhouse for a couple weeks.
5 Jayhawks now in double figures. McDade hasn't had much room to operate here tonight. Poked away, another one by Tian. That's his 4th steal. Tharp looking to give it up, and he does. Relaford didn't know. Is it me? Oh, no, here comes Wesley.
Bill Self looks at him like, throw it up. But again, that's going to come with time, with chemistry, knowing each other, but so used to Sharon Collins and Tyshawn Taylor throwing it up to Jackson and Marcus and Markeith. So again, that'll come, but it worked. Got a dunk.
Yeah, Tharp was like, I don't care which one of you guys gets it, just don't make it a turnover. Long rebound there for Dreiling, and the 3 that won't go. Another long offensive rebound. And Wesley pokes it away from Dreiling.
Not very often do you give a team 3 opportunities to score and they fail on all 3, but still have the ball. Take a look at that last possession as Nadir Tharp draws the defense, and a patient Nadir Tharp finds Justin Wesley. And again, not what we're used to, flying through the air alley-oops, but nevertheless, same result.
Back in the game now, Yarborough playing with 4 fouls for the Tigers. And that'll be a charge.
Kind of a sly grin on Travis's face. A little bit of acting that time, but was outside that circle. We haven't talked about it tonight, but take a look at it. I don't think he was really close to that circle. And there he goes, slides up. Yep, clearly outside of it. And a nice job of
and again, any part of a toe, a foot, a heel, anything that touches the line, not inside the line, but just touches the line, you are deemed inside that circle, and you can't take a charge.
And the other interesting part of that rule is you can't even have your toe there and hovering over the line. If it's over the line, whether in the air or on it, it's considered on the line.
Tigers have gone ice cold. They haven't scored in over 3 minutes now. 14 straight points by the Jayhawks in that stretch. And finally, a three-pointer goes for McKenzie. A 40-point Jayhawk lead. Wesley. Poked around, and it's saved. Looked like McDade might have walked with it, tiptoeing down that sideline. Tharp pokes it away. Here comes Robinson, all by his lonesome. Hello!
A little cherry picking that time. Nadir Tharp creates the turnover. Easiest assist of the night as Thomas Robinson is hanging out. The crowd is into it. Couldn't even hear that whistle. But let's take a look at Thomas Robinson with a little Dominique Wilkins. Not a lot of people watching that maybe know who Dominique Wilkins is. I know Dave does, but take a look at the steal here by, or maybe not.
Got a campaign to run here. We don't have time to show you that replay.
Saw it on the big board. The ball was not inbounded yet. No time went off the clock. I think I got it. Kevin Young got tangled up.
McKenzie. Robinson guarding him. Well, he's forced to put it up because that 5-second clock was running. Now here comes Tharp again. He's kind of gone to another level here in the last few minutes, hasn't he?
Just getting more and more comfortable as the minutes go by.
That was a bad pass. Jayhawks will get bailed out. Wasn't a good pass to begin with. It worked out fine for Robinson. And he's got 23. Well, that's become a jam fest here at Allen Fieldhouse as the Jayhawks lead it by 44. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Delta Dental of Kansas on the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network. Well, the Jayhawks comfortably ahead, and they have been throughout this game. 85-41 our score. Still a little over 7 minutes to go. And here's what's happened over the last 4 minutes of this game. The Jayhawks on an 18-3 run, going 6 of 7. Oh, and somehow Robinson misses an easy layup, but a good move. So they've gone 6 of 8, while Fort Hays State has gone 1 for 8. Make it 1 for 9 over that stretch. Tharp with an entry pass. Robinson has it poked away, but he's fouled on the play. Mike Lickert and his staff of the Jayhawk video here, they do such an outstanding job. And during that last time out, the fans here at Allen Fieldhouse, all 16,300 of them, were entertained by a tribute to Dr. Naismith, who, by the way, all the Kansas families celebrating what would be his 150th birthday party this week. Born on the 6th of November, 1861.
So huge for this school, and been talked about quite a bit as of late as David Booth brought the rules of basketball.
You were reading me some of those rules. That the first rule is the ball may be thrown in any direction with one or both hands.
That's the #1 rule.
The ball may be batted in any direction with one or both hands. There were weird rules to begin with. There were 13 rules of basketball by Dr. Naismith. Originally, the time was 2 15-minute halves with 5 minutes of rest in between. Back in the old days, old days, they had a jump ball after every basket. Now we only have one jump ball.
When you think about the uniqueness of the rules of basketball, there really isn't another sport with actual rules of the game. There's no real rules for football or baseball. They just kind of evolved. But basketball does have a definite set of rules, and the university and the athletic department are trying very hard to get those rules back here in some sort of structure.
Shot clock expiration.
Here in Allen Fieldhouse.
It's really the game designed as something to do in the wintertime. And it's become a real passion. I'm telling you what, Tharp is playing differently in the last 6 minutes of this game than he has. And not that he's been bad, but the last 6 minutes, he's gone to another level.
I think Kansas fans are really going to like this kid again. I think his demeanor, he's kind of doesn't show a ton of emotion. He just gets the job done, very businesslike, and got to be in travel that time.
And it was.
Just frustrated with the trap that time. And take a look at Nadir Tharp. We've seen him knock down a three. We've seen him take it to the basket. Here's a nice look at him just getting the ball, beating his man off the dribble, a little stutter step, and just right through the lane. And very efficient, quick first step, making the right decisions. And got to be excited about this young kid.
You'd like this line, right? 14 points, 5 of 7 shooting, 1 of 2 from three-point range, 3 of 3 from the line. 4 steals, 7 assists, 2 turnovers.
And the 7 assists to 2 turnovers is what's going to make Bill Self the happiest. We've seen him struggle the first half of the Pitt State game, and ever since then he's done a great job at taking care of the basketball. He's been valuing possessions, making good decisions, and really running this team.
Merv Lindsay, a freshman out of Moreno Valley, California. Gets that one to go. 89-41. By the way, the Jayhawks with 5 players in double figures, led by Thomas Robinson, who has 21 in this game. Tharp and Tien with 14 each. Wesley with a dozen. Relaford with 11. Here comes Tharp again. Little change of direction, pull back, another level, another level.
You think he's got some confidence right now? This will give Towson and then Kentucky something to think about. He's got Connor Teahan. They haven't seen Elijah and Tyshawn, but Connor Teahan and Nadir Tharp are going to have to think about how they're going to defend these guys.
Nice shot from the outside for Lance Russell. A 24-5 run to really put this game on ice. Never been in doubt. Jayhawks started fast in this one. Tharp again. You talk about a guy in a zone right now. Wow. Coach Self go, oh, how are we going to keep him down on the farm after this?
We saw a little bit of motion out of him. He throws up the 3 fingers. Bill Self looks over with a sly grin.
Nadir Tharp putting on a show at Allen Fieldhouse. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Time Warner Cable on the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network. Meanwhile, Lance Russell hits a couple of free throws. Jayhawks 27-7 run over the last 7 minutes of this game. And a lot of that was Nadir Tharp. 15 points this half for Tharp on 6 of 7 shooting. Not a good shot from Merv Lindsay from the wing. 3-pointer no good. Here comes Nico Roberts wearing a bit of a face guard here. Looks like had a nose poked in practice earlier this week. And a shot up and in by Phillips.
This is a 5 that wants to give Bill Self some confidence to put him in the game, so don't want to turn the ball over and let them get buckets.
Young almost lost the handle. Roberts little lucky to get that pass through. And then Merv Lindsay with a left-handed baby hook. You talked about one of your State Farm keys to the game, Greg. Limiting turnovers, only 10 tonight for KU.
They did a great job. They were always going towards the basket, taking care of the ball, and big switch from 23 turnovers the other night against Pitt State.
So those two guys will be back on Friday.
There's a nice little moment right there telling these guys, hey. And Bill Self was very, particular about saying, hey, these guys have done a great job this fall. What happened back this summer or earlier in the year. They knew they were going to be punished, and they've taken it like men. They've sat there, and it's something that you live and learn from.
I think right there you saw Nadir Tharp come over, and they're giving the freshman the business, saying, well, what happened to you all of a sudden? You just went crazy in that second half.
He probably told him, he said, one of you two might have lost your starting job.
Yeah. I read an article this week in the Kansas City Star, an interview with Tyshawn Taylor, and kind of really felt for him, because in that he said, I knew once the suspension came out, there'd be a lot of people at Jayhawk Nation who would say, oh, what did he do this time?
Right.
And it was such a minor thing, but something that Coach felt like he had to address.
Exactly, and he's had his troubles in the past, but again, he's made a point of saying, hey, this fall, he's been a leader on this team. He's done a nice job of taking care of his business. And there's Merv Lindsay, right place, right time. You love to see the enthusiasm on the bench when some of the guys that get beat up during practice have some success on the court, and Thomas Robinson was leading the cheers.
Young got that started with a nice steal. Now Nico Roberts, under 2 to go in this one. The Jayhawks will win their 39th straight exhibition game and go to 8-0 all-time against Fort Hays. 5 of those in exhibition play. Jayhawks also at 100 points.
Take a look at the active hands by Kevin Young on defense, creating the turnover. Then gets it knocked from behind, but again, Merv, right place, right time, gets his second bucket of the night.
Matt Bueller, redshirt freshman, misses the front end of the 1-and-1. That was the 8th team foul on KU this half. Air ball thrown up by Lindsay. A little flat on that three-pointer. And a whistle and a foul here on Young. Don't forget to join us Friday night at 7 o'clock. Jayhawks start the year for real against Towson. Three-pointer no good. Less than a minute to go. Ball's got it. Jason Ball from Hays, Kansas. Former teammate of Jordan Juneman.
We say it every time that Emporia, Fort Hays, Pitt State, Washburn come in here, the Kansas kids that probably grew up dreaming about playing in this building, so it's a great opportunity. There's Christian Garrett going strong to the bucket.
Poked around. Roberts is...
that right shoulder went right into that. At least that was padded.
He's okay. Good thing. Non-contact sport, huh?
Getting beat up just right. Boom. Well, popped right up. He's had his share of accidents. Got the nose bridge, face mask on now. Gets an opportunity to knock a couple free throws down. Nico's grown up around Bill Self with Norm Roberts being here, and now Norm, assistant coach down for Billy Donovan at the University of Florida after I believe a 5-year stint at St. John's.
He was here with Coach Self in their first year here.
Right. And the Illinois days. See if Kansas holds on to it. They got to that century mark, 101. Going to probably dribble it out.
They almost double the score of the Tigers here tonight, winning this one by 49.
Tigers just a couple nights ago dropping to Kansas State 90-60. Now 101-52 in Lawrence, Kansas.
Now the Jayhawks get Thomas Robinson back tonight. He goes for 22 points and 12 rebounds. 5 Jayhawks in double figures, led by Robinson. Tharp with 19 tonight. Tien with 14. Relaford 11, and Wesley with a dozen. 101-52. We'll be back to wrap it up in a moment.